Hello, I'm Patricia McNeilly from Twin Flame Body. I'm located in Chicago, Illinois. I hope you're doing well today. So in today's video, what I want to talk to you about is some of the topics that are sort of a hot button topic for a lot of people. If you have followed my videos, you know that I'm all about the body. I'm all about the subtle bodies and the things that are new for people and a distinct part of this ascension. So you could say with this shift, it's on, ascension on, and what does this mean for people? Because people still want to know, who are they going to be with? So does to use some common terminology that's out there, does the false twin somehow reflect your real twin? So does the false twin somehow have some reflection of your real twin? Because this can be very confusing for people, and they try to find what category to put a person in. Is it this? Is it that? Words to describe it. A lot of psychological words get used to describe this, like narcissist, or is it a life partner? Are you stuck with the person or not? And it gets even more confusing if you may be living with the person already, because if there's other connections that you have, such as money, the same house, family, people get confused. There was a time where I even thought my spouse was the one, and they are the ex-spouse now. And on the other side of it, years later, I can kind of see it wasn't about what was there, it was about what wasn't there. And that's where you really have to look, is what isn't there, what isn't matching up. Do you have doubts? If you have doubt, sometimes that's God's way of making you use your senses and essentially use your sensibilities. Use your common sense, use your senses, feel it out, not sure. Now, what about other things that are common? Because I'll share some of the things with you over the years that I have found. Some of the differences about false twin people, to use the term, is that they drain you. You don't feel recharged. You feel like the interactions somehow are still holding a part of you, or that that person just pulled up to the gas station and decided to recharge themselves or refuel and leave you reeling and leave you feeling almost like you have nothing left for yourself. Sometimes this happens in stages where it seems like little by little. It seems like something is going to go well and it seems to fall down. But what else? How nuanced does this get? Well, we're in this huge time of a lot of soul group healing, and we're in this huge Lemurian starseed soul group healing that's going on. And there's also a lot of personal healing that needs to take place, which is what I specialize in. I'm a specialist in the light body. And what people's bodies do is tell me part of the story. So over the years, some of this has been about abandonment. Some of this has been about rejection. And some of it's been worse. It's about being left somewhere in some time and place, to where it's so lost in time that all the person can feel is a sense of emotions. Now, what happens when someone comes along and you start to feel again? Naturally, you may feel, and you may feel what is there at first. But again, when it comes to unconditional love, are there pieces missing? Are there blanks that somehow need to be filled in? Are you not even sure? And maybe you're going by a playbook that says, well, if you're in stage 3, you have 8 more stages to go. But what I can tell you about that is there is such a thing as quantum. And that's the realm that I like to work in, because that's where my connections are. I'm a very high level healer that helps people speed things along, helps them ditch the things that would wind up otherwise making them sick or ill or drained or something like that. How can a false twin seem similar or seem like a precursor or even a pre-person to meet before you meet the real person? How can that be? Well, part of it is the answer is in the group of souls where you have similar vibrations, but not quite the same. Someone may be close, and sometimes you can't really tell any of the nuances. It's trying to tell where the currents in the ocean are. Unless you're an oceanographer, you may not know about that. What are some of the other things that, concern people? Well, I'll say it this way. The only way that I ever really knew about it, you could say I've been in separation for 300 years. I've been in separation, and the only thing I've had to go by is through my dreams, meeting my twin through my dreams. And yet, when I was meeting in the dreams, there was a vague sense of what the appearance looked like. And I would see many people that were like lookalikes. They looked alike, but somehow, sometimes they might have seemed right, and sometimes it was way off. If you saw them from, a profile or an angle, you might be like, oh, and then, nope, the nose is wrong, the eyes are wrong. But there are many people that have the same genes, like they come from the same gene pool. And so you do have similarities within nationalities, within ethnicities, where people can have a similar appearance and yet something's not quite there. What if someone has a similar appearance to your real twin? What if someone has the same name? Because sometimes there are common names, and your higher self may tell you names, may tell you, or you get it in some form of a message. You can also have what I call the conveyor belt of soulmates, which I described in my book, where it seems like people come out of the woodwork and they come towards you and they flirt with you, and it gets real confusing to sort out who is who. How will you sort this out? So what I help people with is getting clearance, getting clarity, like get clear so that you're able to better to determine where things are in relation to you. I recently did a book on twin flame relationships to help with that. But there are brand new parts of you that really can only click and connect and fuse and merge and melt together with the proper person. When it's not a proper person, that's where it gets kind of tricky, because what if that person has really, really great qualities? And what if you are saying, you know what, this is somehow very, 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 whatever, familiar. It's very ethereal. It's very spiritual. Again, if you have doubts, you have to ask yourself, what is God trying to tell you? What is God trying to tell you about this? Because we're in this huge process where soul groups are coming home. There's a lot of homecomings. There are a lot of unions happening. There are people coming into their metaphysical union and also physical union, where they are linking up, they're staying together. That's happening. It happens as the result of doing body work, which is clearing. It goes beyond working on oneself. I did a video of a young couple that I'd helped, where it took them 3 years to get to the point of marriage because there were various obstacles, but they did do that. In my own situation, I strongly feel that my journey has eliminated some of the physical meetings so that the only thing I can focus on is through the heart. And that is the way that I've learned. That is the way that I teach and help people, because whoever comes and goes in your life, whether it's family, whether it's friends. You always have to be able to rely on your body connections. You and your true love have to be able to actually have each other's back. That is another thing that is almost demanded of your soul, is that there is full accountability. And if it's someone who's false to you for whatever reason that they're false, they're disloyal, they're unreliable, they're emotionally unavailable, they look nice, can't always tell by appearances. They may seem nice at first, but what if it devolves? Are your needs being met? Do you even know what your needs are? So many of these things that are questions for people, sometimes it can honestly feel like a drive-by shooting. That is what some people have had the equivalent of. It's like someone, boom, boom, comes and goes, and you're wondering, did they take my love? Did they just take some part of me? I feel like got a fracture here. There's some part of me that just doesn't feel right. And I don't know what to do about it, because like it's like watching something and you're like, hey, 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 you took something from me. How do you make them give it back if it is? Or how do you make them get back? Honestly, the connection, the true connection, the soul connection is deep in the heart. So, what if the heart is buried over with layers and layers and layers of history? What if you feel sorry for that person and you gave over here, and then this person hacked you and took a percentage? How many layers of history and centuries of lifetimes, plus ancestral things, plus biological things that you may have just in your body? And then there's two of you. So if you do that squared and there's two of you, how are you going to get some of that done? So is the false twin a reflection of your real twin? Well, the honest answer is sometimes I have found that over the years, yes. The false twin is reflecting certain things. They can have the same nationality. They can sometimes say things, and this is sometimes based on that too. They may be the same religion, the same ethnicity, similar upbringings. There may be similarities, but a series of synchronicities don't always cut it. You can't always go by that you're just seeing something, because that is going to be a true soul connection, but not necessarily a person doing that. That's where some of the differences lie. So, what do you have going on? And do you really have time to spend on a lot of this? Or would you rather work on getting clear, discerning, and then being able to use your gifts, your genuine heart that's been opened, to be able to properly navigate and properly steer yourself? Because there have been a lot of people where they've spent effort and time, or it's not out of the box to make a mistake, but how many mistakes do you have to make? And what is the toll that that takes? We learn by making mistakes. That's how we learn as children. We break something, we do something. But if it's your heart getting broken over and over, it's time to shift it, and it's time to do this in a proper way, which involves your subtle bodies, because that's where you first felt, that's where you're going to feel. I get people primed for their sacred sexual experiences, which begin to happen ahead of time. That's also how it was for me. That was a part of how I knew the difference, and that I was able to really keep. That was the treasure, you could say. So, how would you like to unbury your treasure and really get something shifted? Because right now, the thing you have to look forward to is that this year, things are positioned to be able to propel you forward. And it's helpful when you have that boost that I'm able to provide, so that you can get into the life that you really do not only deserve it, yes, you deserve it. You deserve good things. You deserve good food. You deserve a livelihood. You deserve love and affection. But to get you in that level where that is your new normal. So I think we can all agree that the old normal is going the way of the dinosaurs. But how do you get your new normal in place and how do you maintain that level? Because there's the purging, icky, there's the level up, strenuous, and then there's the maintaining. And you gotta seal it all in with love. So if you are interested or you would like to see my book, which by the way is on Amazon also, the links are below. Reach out or email me at twinflamebody@gmail.com. Have a lovely day. We are here in some kind of energy that's going to continue for a little bit. Do not squander this time. This is the time for really working your ascension the way you're supposed to. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.